Hey, this is Miss Bailey with the Knox County Public Library Tutor Team, and I'm here today with another math lesson video covering kindergarten and first grade academic standards. Here are today's standards for kindergarten and first grade, and they are specifically working on number sense. And if you look at the language of these standards, you'll notice that we do not cover these standards with fidelity. For instance, the kindergarten standard, we actually cover a little more than what is listed here. And for the first grade standard, we're not covering this entire standard, but working our way up to it with our just addition skills or in our math, fact, automaticity. If you're interested in additional grade level academic standards, then you can visit the website that's listed right here for more of those standards, including other content areas. I like to include some tips on differentiation. These tips are, they're organized with the purple dots, and the purple dots are organized by level of difficulty. So these suggestions are for learners who are really needing more of an intervention to build up to these skills and maybe some extra practice in order to feel more comfortable with what the video is covering. Number formation is so important for any learner. As a teacher, and now that we're back in our classrooms, hallelujah, I notice that even my students who are doing very well with their skills, math skills, I notice that they're struggling to make their numbers in the correct formation. Maybe some of them are backwards, specifically like the number 3 or 4 or 5. 9 looks an awful lot like a P, or so it's easy to get those mixed up. And the more that they practice, the more comfortable they will get with these numbers. And I also like to encourage parents not to get panicked if they notice their learner is writing their numbers backwards, because that's not necessarily an uncommon thing, especially at the beginning of the year with first graders. Of course, our kinders are just starting to work on mastering those numbers. So always a good thing to practice is that number formation. Here are some tips for learners who are showing a level of readiness with these academic videos. They're feeling pretty comfortable with the level of difficulty that is already in the video. So I always recommend to encourage your learner to pause or replay as much as needed. And then the 3 purple dots are for the learners who are just really doing well with the videos and seem to be ready for an extra challenge. So these are some ideas on how to extend a math lesson with number sense, like today's lesson. All right, mathematicians, I like to always get us warmed up with thinking about what a good mathematician looks and sounds like. So as we go, you'll notice that I have added things to what a good mathematician looks and sounds like. And I just have to add, I know that the little animated picture of these girls that are working on math, or these students that are working on math, they might not look just like you, but I picked a picture that I thought that I saw some mathematicians that were working well together as a team. And so all of us are good mathematicians when we are doing the things that are listed here. So this is just an example of some good mathematicians. Good mathematicians always try their best, and naturally, whenever you are trying something, you might make mistakes, and good mathematicians make mistakes, and that's proof that they're trying. And mistakes are an awesome opportunity to learn. So I never want you to get discouraged, friends, if you make mistakes. I tell my students that every day. Um, the biggest thing is that it's proof that you're trying. Mistakes are actually a good thing as long as you try your best and fix them the best that you can. Okay, mathematicians use their time wisely. So one of the tools that we've been using to help us use our time wisely in these math lesson videos are to draw quick pictures, okay, to help us stay organized. So an example of staying organized is how we've been circling hidden parts or groups of 5. Good mathematicians use their math tools like number bonds and 10 frames. And of course, a good mathematician always keeps his or her goal in mind. And so our goal is symbolized with that light bulb symbol. Okay, so anytime that pops up, that is a clue that, ooh, right here is an opportunity for me to meet my goal. When you need materials, you will see this symbol, pencil and paper. And we just want to take a quick, a minute or so just to review some of that vocabulary that we've been working so hard on week after week. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click through these pretty quickly. So what I would ask is for you to pause at each vocabulary word and just make sure that you are feeling pretty good about what they mean. And the biggest thing is, can you explain it in your own words? So go ahead and pause here and press play when you're ready to go on to the next vocabulary word. Again, our math addition and equal sign, those are math symbols that we have been talking about. So pause and press play when you're ready to go on to the next mathematician vocabulary word. Okay, so we have been working as number detectives for the last few weeks now, guys. And so one of the things that I pointed out to you in a previous video is that mathematicians can also be number detectives by looking at clue words. So here are those words that we've been talking about and how they are clues to what we are needing to do as a mathematician. Here are some examples of how we stay organized. Okay, circling groups of 5 is one of the newer ways that we have talked about staying organized. Okay, quick pictures, quick drawings, very important as a tool to organize our thinking and also use our time wisely. So those precious little puppies up there, they are so cute. But as a mathematician, we can think about how cute those puppies are, but as we are actually writing our workout and organizing our thinking, we just want to use a quick tool like a circle and just do our best to make them about the same size and in a nice, neat row. These are actually organized just like I would if I were using a 10 frame. So you'll notice that I have a group of 5 circles in a row that are all just, blank, not filled in circles. And then our leftovers are showed by solid circles. All tools that good mathematicians can use to stay organized. The number bond. We've been using the number bond a ton. So make sure you're feeling comfortable with this tool as well. Okay, mathematicians, we have been working out our fact power muscles, and I hope you're feeling good about those muscles because you've earned it, you've worked hard. So far, we've noticed patterns such as any number plus 1 will always equal 1 more than itself. And we've practiced facts that add up to a whole amount of 5, 6, and 7. That's a lot. Our goal today is we're going to continue organizing our thinking by using math tools such as the number bond so that we can continue to build our fact power. Now, it's a little different today on how we're going to achieve it. We've been working our way up to this. Our goal will be achieved when we describe parts in groups of 8. Yeah, we're going to add that to our fact power. Okay. Take a look at this picture of these woodland animals. Can you find 2 groups or hidden parts? So as a number detective, I want you to look at what would be an easy way to organize 2 groups or hidden parts. I'm going to use my math detective eyes, my number detective eyes. Do you see any? I think I see a way. And maybe my way is not exactly the same as your way, and that's okay. There's more than one way. Here's what my eyes see to organize the woodland animals. Okay. Will you organize your thinking with me on a number bond? You're going to need your pencil and paper. Okay, we've been practicing drawing number bonds. So we're going to start with the circle that is going to represent the whole. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than our other 2 circles. You don't want to take up your whole notebook page, maybe half of it, okay, and leave yourself enough room. Draw a line out and another line, and these lines will go out to our circles for the parts. And last step there. Doesn't have to be perfect, friends, just do your best. As long as you can fit your parts and your whole in there. Okay, how many woodland animals do we have all together? Okay, so pay attention to what the question is asking us. It's asking us how many there are all together or in all. What's the total amount, friends? Did you say 8? You are correct. How many of the woodland animals are foxes? So take a look, how many of them are a fox? There are 4. There are 4 animals that are a fox. Okay, how many of the woodland animals are owls? Ooh, I see that light bulb symbol. So here's an opportunity for us to hit our goal. Okay, if we know that there are 8 woodland animals altogether, and we also know that 4 of them are foxes, we can count on or count up to find how many owls we need to make 8. Okay, so let's use our counting sticks. I like to, so our numbers that we know are 8. We know we have 8 total and 4. So go ahead and start with that part that you know. So say your 4, and we're going to count on until we get to that 8. Okay, and we'll see how many fingers we had to add on to get to that 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is what I started with. This is what I added. So what did we have to add to get to 8? From 4, what did we have to add to get to 8? Yeah, we had to add on 4 more. So that tells us that our other part is 4. Now looking at the picture of the woodland animals, do we have 4 foxes? And do we have 4 owls? 4 and 4 makes a total of 8. Can you create an addition number sentence to show this? Pause and press play when you're ready. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now, we've been talking about how number sentences can have different looks. Can you think of a way to show this number sentence differently? Think about it. If you need to, press pause and play it when you're ready. Let's check. Here's another way to show that very same number sentence. I can put the whole amount in the front because it is true that 8 equals or is the same as 4 plus 4. Okay, friends, we're going to do a new problem here. So I want you to do a quick drawing with me. So on your paper, if you have enough room, go ahead down to your next clean space, and I want you to draw a circle. We're going to make more than just this one circle, so leave yourself plenty of room. 1, add another one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now remember how we have been using our 10 frame. So the next circle, are we going to keep it in the same row, or should we go ahead and end that row and go down to the next one if we're organizing it like a 10 frame? Yeah, let's go down to the next row to show it like a 10 frame. Go ahead and add on another for 7, 8. Because our goal today is parts that add up to equal the whole amount of 8. So we're going to have 8 total circles. Okay? And your circles don't have to be perfect. It's hard to draw circles. Just make sure that they're in a row the best that you can, and they're about the same size. And they'll be organized, and that's all we need. Just do your best. Okay, now we need to draw our number bond. Your line out, another line out, and then our circles for our parts. We're going to use this number bond for this practice problem that we just drew our quick picture of with our 8 circles. Okay, so there's our 8 circles. Our whole amount is 8. Yes, very good. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and put in for your first part on your number bond that our part is 5. Okay, because we have 5 in that top row. What do these numbers tell us? We have a whole amount of 8 and one part that equals 5. So with those numbers, how can we solve for that missing part? We could use our counting sticks again, okay? So let's start with the part we know. Give me 5. Start with the part you know, 5. And let's count on up to 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so how many did we have to add on? That's going to tell us the part that we're missing. Yes, we had to add on 3. So our missing part is 3. Can you create an addition number sentence to show our parts 5 and 3 that add up to equal 8? Okay, so here are all the different ways that you could write an addition number sentence to show these parts that equal 8. We could do 5 plus 3 equals 8. We could flip-flop those parts or turn them around and do 3 plus 5 equals 8. Or we could put the whole amount in the front because it's still true. 8 is the same thing as 5 plus 3, or 8 equals 3 plus 5. How else could we organize our thinking? We could circle 5 to show that is one of our groups. And then what do we have left over? Yeah, we have 3 left over. Okay, we're ready for our next practice problem. So get your paper and pencil ready. We're going to draw some more circles. So make sure you have enough room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the end of this row. 6, 7, 8. All right, we're working with whole amounts of 8. So there's all of our circles. Okay, now on your number bond, if our whole amount is 8 and I'm telling you that one of the parts is 6, I'm just going to give that to you. One of the parts is 6. What do these numbers tell us? How can we find the missing part? Okay, so say 6, that's the part that we know, and let's count on or up, because we are going up in our numbers, count up to 8 and see how many fingers it takes with your counting sticks. So if I have 6 and I want to count on to 8, 7, 8, how many more fingers did I put up? Yeah, I put up 2. Fernie's talking. My dog Fern, she's saying, yes, you have to count on. Count on, she says. Okay, friends, so if we have to count on from 6, so we add on 2 more. 6 and 2 more equals 8. Can you show that in an addition number sentence? These are all the ways. So you could have done any of these and they would work. That's a lot of facts that we're practicing, guys. That's what I mean when I say we are building our fact power. The more we work on building it, the easier those facts are and the quicker they come to our heads. How else could we organize our thinking? Okay, I could circle the group. Circle the group of 6, and that shows me what I have left over. Okay, so this is going to be our last practice problem. And we're going to show a quick picture of 8 circles. So go ahead and draw your 8 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the end of that row. 6, 7, 8. Okay, now if I tell you, friends, 8 is our whole amount, and I want you to think as your first hidden part is 7, okay? I'm giving you that first hidden part. Now, I forgot, I'm sorry, on the last practice problem, we didn't go through how to make a number bond. We've had a little bit of practice now though, so I bet I can trust you to draw your number bond. So we've been starting with our big circle for our whole amount, and then draw your lines out for your 2 smaller circles for the parts. So the part that I want you to think of right now is 7. What do these numbers tell us? If we know that one of the parts is 7 and the whole amount is 8, then we have enough information to find that missing part. Okay, say 7 and see how much do you have to count on to get to 8? one more, because one more than 7 is 8. We talked about that because we know that any number plus 1 will be 1 more than itself. So here are the addition number sentences that go with that problem. We could say 7 plus 1 equals 8, or we could flip-flop them or turn them around and say 1 plus 7 equals 8. Or if we wanted to, we could mix it up and put the whole amount in the front, because the whole amount is equal to our two parts. Those are all correct. Now we've just been talking about how important it is to make sure that you're adding your two parts together to equal your whole. It won't be true if we add one of our parts together with the whole amount. Okay, the parts go together to make up the whole amount. That is actually called the sum, the answer to our addition problem. So let's take a look at our fact power now. We have added another cool thing that we just did that we worked on today to our fact power pattern. So we have been looking at patterns such as any number plus 1 always equals 1 more than itself. We've practiced facts that are parts and groups of 5, 6, 7, and today we practice groups of 8 with our goal. Today we organized our thinking using math tools, such as the number bond, to build our fact power. And we worked really hard to achieve our goal of describing parts in groups of 8. You guys rocked it. I knew you would. I'm so proud of you. I hope you're proud of you too. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you'll tune in again. You can always find these videos on the Tutor Team playlist on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you look for this link or search for the KCPL Tutor Team, the Knox County Public Library Tutor Team, you will find them. I always tell you to make sure that you watch the videos in order, okay? You'll have way more fun that way because everything will make more sense and you'll feel more confident because you'll feel more comfortable with what we're working on. You are all wonderful mathematicians, and I will see you next time.